About 3:20 this afternoon, one of our deputies, our motor deputies, Deputy Jose Velasco, attempted a traffic stop on a vehicle at approximately the 3100 East block of East Ajo. He approached the vehicle and made contact with our suspect, and in that interaction, the suspect attempted to flee. He dragged Deputy Velasco a short distance before he was able to disengage the vehicle. The suspect fled west towards Country Club, but was stopped by the traffic at the light there. Deputy Velasco followed him on his motorcycle. When Deputy Velasco exited his motorcycle and began to approach the vehicle again, the suspect exited the vehicle and fired what we believe to be one shot, possibly more, at Deputy Velasco and struck him in the leg. Deputy Velasco was able to return fire. He struck the suspect. The suspect is deceased on the scene. Deputy Velasco administered an IFAC tourniquet to stem the bleeding, and also his squad mates and paramedics showed up a short time later to provide further treatment. He is already at University Medical Center being treated there. We expect it to be non-life-threatening injuries, and now we've basically shut down the scene at Ajo and Country Club a good distance on both east and west directions for the time being. So those areas will be shut down for an extended period of time, and while we investigate the incident as a whole. We're very pleased that Deputy Velasco is okay. He survived the encounter, and we're pleased that we were able to make the scene safe for the rest of the residents in the area. And that's all the information we have at this point.
Very quickly, sorry to interrupt, can you just give the spelling on Deputy Velasco's name if you have it in?
Velasco, Velasco.
His first name?
Jose.
What was the reason for the traffic stop?
I don't know that information. He's a motor officer, so he's very familiar with state traffic law, and so of course he's going to make a stop based on a violation of state traffic law.
So he was dragged?
He was dragged a short distance on the initial contact on the stop, yes.
You said the suspect is dead here at the scene, but as far as the deputy, was he conscious when he left?
Yes, he was. Conscious and alert, and like I said, Deputy Velasco, we train with an individual first aid kit, which includes a tourniquet. Deputy Velasco was able to apply the first tourniquet himself because the wound was to an extremity. That's the perfect application. And then he received further medical treatment from his squad mates and from paramedics that arrived on the scene a short time later.
Where are the choppers here?
That's our helicopter, and they're likely doing scene photos to get an overhead of the overall scene.
You've got the intersection blocked off fully at Ajo and Country Club. What exactly are they looking into right now?
Well, it's an officer-involved shooting involving a death. It's a very serious incident, and so yes, that's what they're investigating. We want to make sure, because it happened in the middle of the afternoon at a very busy intersection, there was lots of witnesses. So we need to collect those witnesses and get statements from them on exactly what they observed. Obviously, we want to make sure we have all of the evidence collected and all of our facts straight to fully investigate this incident.
How many shots were fired by it?
That I do not know. More than one, but I'm not sure.
Which leg was he in?
I believe it was his right leg.
You guys have, is this a rare incident we're talking about here?
It is generally rare. We did have another officer-involved shooting last night, but it's been quite some time, I would say more than a year since our last officer-involved shooting, so they are very uncommon, but we don't get to pick the time and place.
We don't know how many deputies responded to the area. I know it's a full response. Do you have any amount of officers there?
I couldn't give you a number, but it's quite a few. Our headquarters building is right down the street at Kino and Benson Highway, and so a lot of our detectives are there. Our special operations folks are there, and so in addition to having our Santa Vera District Patrol deputies that were close by, we had a number of deputies and other support staff from our administration building down the street. It's a very big scene, as you can see, and so we need a lot of support to block off traffic, detain our witnesses so we can interview them and fully investigate the scene.
What can you tell us about the suspect?
I don't know anything about the suspect at all.
Male?
I believe it was a male, yes.
Age?
I have no idea.